And gentlemen, I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel, and the next battle pass is here. December battle pass is here. If you want to buy the battle pass, of course, later on today, I will be releasing a video to say how you can get it for even cheaper. But December's battle pass, in my opinion, is a disappointment. It's a disappointment. I think the tank is really useless. Honestly, it just feels like really bad. So it is a light tank, and as you can see, it's kind of like a chaffy, and it really doesn't feel like a really good tank. It is a disappointment. Obviously, it's the Bulldog sort of type of tanks. It's got no armor. It is a light tank, so you would expect it to be very, very fast, good DPM, and no armor. So the no armor, tick, no armor whatsoever. DPM, yeah, it's okay at 1893. That is with me running calibrated shells. So the reload is just over 5 seconds. You can get that obviously a bit lower if you want to run it with the rammer. But with calibrated shells, it is 5 seconds. The penetration, 142 on your AP, 194 on your APCR, and just 22 on your HE. So you're not going to be HEing really any tanks. It has a 160 alpha gun, 135 on your APCR, and 200 on your HE. Aim time is pretty good at 2.7. Dispersion, not so good at 0.335. It has a nice 10 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour. So on paper, the Frosty looks pretty. It doesn't look too bad, but honestly, going out on the battlefield, it really just feels meh. It doesn't feel fun to play. It actually feels quite slow. Considering it goes 60 kilometers per hour, it actually feels kind of sluggish. The acceleration doesn't feel the best. The turret traverse doesn't feel the best. And for a light tank along the lines of the Bulldog lines and the Chaffee, etc., it just doesn't feel like one of them. Apart from when you're getting shot. Of course, you do need to be careful because you've got no armor, so people will be able to HE you. So do bear that in mind. But I was just expecting more. You know, we've had a load of light tanks, maybe some more tank destroyers. You know, something different. Because it's Christmas. You know, it's Christmas. I just expected better. I just expected better at seeing as it is the last battle pass of the year. I just expected a bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit better. But as it is, you're gonna get it for cheap. If you buy it with Huawei, you're going to get the battle pass for a couple of pounds, like nothing really. And of course, it's always worth spending that couple of pounds for the battle pass because you do get this tank. You also get the tier 4 tank at the beginning, and you get all the rewards with that as well. But for me, it just feels like it's a tank that I will never play. Never play. If you look at this tank compared to some of the other battle pass tanks, you know, the Ranger, the Cryos, things like that, it really just is on a different. They're on a different level to this kind of tank. Now, I'm not expecting the most broken tank in the battle pass. I'm not expecting that. Of course, we have that already with the Cryos. I just wanted a little bit more. You know, a little bit more fun. I get the name Frosty. Yeah, Frosty Jingle Bells. Of course, it had to be, seeing as it is December's battle pass. But I just wanted a little bit different, a little bit more, but it is what it is. You're still getting a tank for the price that you're paying, and of course you are getting everything else with it. So I'm not saying you can't perform well in the tank. You can. I think the camo looks good. I think where it lights up there, I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. But for me, just a few little things, you know, the turret traverse doesn't feel good. And even though it's 60 kilometers per hour, the speed don't feel 60 kilometers an hour. And in fact, when I looked at the speed and I thought, wow, 60 kilometers an hour, really? It really goes that fast? Because I didn't feel it goes that fast. It just, I mean, the Type 60, the Type there, that guy there, the Type 64, he can just, you know, fly past me. He's got the acceleration. So I would run it with the calibrated shells, because the penetration isn't that much, and by the time you start coming up against those tier 7 tanks, you will struggle to penetrate them. But you'll suffer. You will suffer when you're playing against tier 7s. You really are going to suffer. Many frosties are going to get smashed. Honestly, trust me, a lot of these tanks in the battlefield are going to be completely smashed. So it's up to you if you get it. I still would recommend it, of course, because it is cheap, and all the rewards that you get with it, the tier 4 tank, the tier 6 tank, all the rewards at the end, all the gold at the end that you get, all, you know, all the benefits you get from the battle pass tanks. But it's definitely not a tank that I is going to play often. Of course, I'm still going to have it in my garage. It's just going to sit there. It's just going to sit there in my garage and never be played until I really want to start acing some tanks again. Because, of course, I'm going to eventually want to get the mastery badge on it. But it's, I'm afraid it's just going to be one of those light tanks that I'm never, ever going to play. So just finishing off the game now. You can see we wiped the enemy team. It's been very easy. Our mediums and light tanks all pushed together. Not sure where that ELC Biss was. He decided to leave the rest of his team, and they got wrecked, and then he got wrecked. And before you know it, it is now a 6 versus 3. Just 3 tank destroyers remain. So we are going to now use the mobility. You can see, like, we're going 50, and you can see just how long it takes us to get to that speed on this terrain. At least, like, we didn't even get to 60. We didn't even reach 60 mile an hour. And you can see here the track traverse just feels really slow. The turret traverse feels really slow. And just look, it's taking so long to get to that speed. Like 50, not even 51. Look, we managed to get to 49. So even though it's 60, you're not going to be going 60 that often unless it's sort of down a hill or on a flat surface for a while. But it is what it is. You're still getting a tank for very cheap. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all very soon. Bye-bye. With